We made it back.
To think, we actually met Zephyr and you in the past. It was, I have to admit, chilling.
The barrier is weaker than before. It worked. Now we just need to break the last shard.
Let's demolish that thing! Where's it at?
One moment. Let's see.
What's wrong? You look worried.
Oh, it's... nothing.
Don't tell me. We gotta go to some other weird place.
No. It's right here in Gradlon. But...
Yes?
sorry. I'm a little tired. Could I please be alone for a bit?
We've pushed you so hard, relying on your power to detect the shards. Please, take the time you need. We can delay a little bit longer.
Thank you. We'll be able to break the last shard. I know we will. How can I tell them who's there guarding it? Or why I'm able to sense... what's there?
Got just the thing for you!
Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time, we had a weird time travel episode and met past Alear, and we defeated him, and this made us feel good. This time, we're going to be heading out to the last of the, well, non-Alear Emblem paralogs, the paralog of the emblem that we've been with the longest, Marth. But first, I need to do a little bit of emblem training on Morvia and Vale just to get them the skills that I need. I should have enough bond fragments for this, so if I get Corrin to 8 on Vale... Apparently Vale's bond 20 with Corrin actually reveals why Vale doesn't use her Dragonstone. And, okay, yeah, Morvia needed better versions of Staff Mastery.
Every minute I worry. Could I have helped Lady Vale sooner than I did?
You stood by her side when she needed you most. I know that meant everything to her.
I almost feel like maybe Vale would never have broken free of the Hounds if Morvia wasn't with her. It was kind of like the one positive relationship he had for so long. So I take Draconic Hex. Bond 9 with Lyn will give speed +3. So Elfire +3 is kind of an objectively better version of Vale's exclusive tome, except with less cred. I do feel like Jean might get more benefit out of Nova, though. Okay, I do have just enough to get you to bond 5 with Celica.
I am Vale, the Dragon Princess.
Celica, warrior priestess, at your service.
It's funny, because Celica is a priestess who promotes to princess.
Celica, I hope it's okay if I ask you this. Do you think I'm... scary?
No, I'm not scared of you, Vale. To me, you're just like the rest of us. You're one of us.
I do wonder how things would have gone in Alm and Celica's universe if they'd ever met any Manicheets besides Milla and Duma. Oh, so close to Bond 18 for Vantage++, but I can at least get him kinda close. Ooh, that actually could be interesting. And yeah, Lapis has gained enough build now that she's not weighed down by the Silver Sword or Javelin anymore, so, yeah, Momentum's probably gonna work wonders. Ah, yes, I do have enough to get to Cleric++. Which means she can use Entrap now. But more importantly, I need to loop her class again. Oh, there we go! Yeah, the statue of Alear is finished now. This gradually gets built by Zelkov over the course of the game. Well, I won't say no to more expert books. As for supports, how about we do Alear and Saline B?
You're looking a bit grim, Saline. Problems?
Ah, Divine One. Do you remember the tea we enjoyed together the other day?
That was a very, very long time ago, but let's just say we do.
It was so good that I'm not likely to forget it anytime soon.
It would appear that shipments of those leaves are becoming a favorite target for highwaymen.
Yes, because they seek those lupins everywhere.
Changing the trade routes has made little difference. Each day brings more victims.
That's awful.
I am not often called on to intervene directly in matters such as these, but this is an emergency, and no one in Firene knows more of tea than I. So Mother has requested that I handle the problem, personally.
How do you feel about that?
I suspect it may be part of my education. Even if my brother is first in line for the throne, I am still Princess of Firene.
And she knows that her brother might not actually live very long once he's on the throne, so responsibility might fall to her sooner than people think.
So, what's your plan for dealing with them?
I thought I might drive them off with pranks. Wouldn't it be lovely if things were as simple as they are in folktales? But real life isn't so pastoral.
No, it's not.
I will show no mercy to anyone who causes suffering to the people of Firene, and I will go to any lengths so that my people may enjoy the peace they are accustomed to. Don't look at me like that, Divine One. This is a duty I must bear. Now then, please excuse me. Action must be taken in this matter, swiftly.
That's the reason I wanted to show that support. It's a really interesting side to Saline, and it almost feels like it belongs in an entirely different game. Like, if this was a game like Three Houses, I could seriously see Saline going down a very dark path. But to hopefully take our minds off of that, I'm guessing this might be a more lighthearted support.
You know what, Rosado? You're quite cute. I've always thought so.
Oh, I'm so flattered. Thank you.
The fact that you're so consistently adorable, well, I admire that. What's your secret?
Consistently adorable, there's a phrase.
Not sure I've got one. I guess I just try to be my best self. I think about who I am inside and I bring it out.
Yeah?
Sure. Appearances matter, but true beauty is what's inside. Even the most fashionable ensemble is useless if you don't feel it. You've got to believe in you.
So that's why I'm not cute. There's something wrong with what's inside me.
That's the wrong way to take that advice.
What? Lapis, you're gorgeous.
No, I'm not confident at all. Really, there's a lot that I'm self-conscious about. Like the fact that I eat grass and shrubs. Or that I'm so dang strong.
Yeah, it does almost feel like Lapis was meant to have a similar stat build to Etier at one point in development.
I didn't catch all that, but I can tell by your face it's serious. This really matters to you. Whatever it is, why don't we talk it over? I'll gladly lend you an ear.
Really? How kind. I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you. Come find me anytime.
Yeah, it makes me feel bad that I'm not using Rosado in a playthrough where I'm also using Lapis, because this seems like an interesting support chain. It is one of the things that I like about Engage kind of limiting you when it comes to supports, though, because it means that, like, on different playthroughs, you'll see different relationships between the characters.
Turns out you're quite the fisherman, Prince Alchrist. This is a huge haul.
I must admit, I'm surprised myself.
It's your quiet disposition. Those fish never saw you coming.
It was their last surprise. Speaking of which, Alchrist is totally the kind of guy who would fish up several Guardians in a Persona game without even putting in any effort.
Do you think we have enough fish to prepare a full meal?
Definitely. This'll do nicely. Trust me.
That's exciting! I can't wait to learn. We'll get started as soon as we return, right, Saphir?
Of course. So, are you gonna tell me who you're so excited to cook for or what?
Was it that obvious?
Is it Lapis? Please tell me it's Lapis.
I noticed you get most excited when you've got someone else in mind.
Well, it's for my mother.
No, but I did suspect this.
I want to prepare something special for her once this war ends. And fish is her favorite food.
Ah.
When we heard of the Fell Dragon's return, she moved to a secure palace far from the throne.
Oh, that would explain why we don't see her.
It feels like it's been so long. I want to treat her to something special when we're reunited. It's the least I can do. I'm sure she's already learned about Father.
Well, Prince Alchrist, you can count on me. I'll teach you everything I know about making fish taste wonderful. We'll start with how to fillet and sear, and then move on to seasoning and preservation. Gotta warn you ahead of time, though. When it comes to cooking, I'm a strict instructor.
Uh-oh. I'll be sure to brace myself.
I wonder if they've invented ice preservation in this world, or if they mostly use salt, or if it's just some kind of magic preservation. Oh yeah, I did kind of want to do at least one Veil support before we headed out, so let's go for this one.
I thought I was going to die. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did die. Twice!
Aaliyah still has you beat.
I screamed so hard I lost my voice at one point.
So, what'd you think of your first time tearing it up on Wolfback?
It was exciting, but mostly terrifying.
This is also kind of funny because on my maddening playthrough, I think I actually did make Veil a wolf knight.
You're such a kidder, Lady Veil.
But I'm not kidding. Not even a little bit. It's a miracle I'm still alive. In fact, I can't believe I am alive.
Takes your mind off everything though, right? Couldn't you feel your worries just float away?
Yes, just like your screams on the wind.
I guess you could say that.
Good. You looked a little tense earlier. I thought this might be a good way to unwind.
I do sometimes wonder if it's okay for me to be here with all of you.
I hear ya. But next time you start feeling like that, you let me know, alright? We can tear it up to the horizon and back.
Okay, I will. And Tamara, thank you.
Yeah, Tamara in general is just great. I do like her character a lot. I do feel like she's a little wasted in the main story, but in support she's really good, and that's why I'm using her. So our next destination is that very ominous looking castle, but we're not going to head there just yet. We're actually going to be going to the Broken Castle. It's finally time to be tested by the one who's been by our side for 1,000 years. The Hero King. Where is Marth called that for the first time?
This looks very similar to Altea Castle.
I want to say it's the epilogue of Mystery of the Emblem.
Altea Castle. Is that a place in your world?
It is still, this is kind of interesting that the one, like, Marth story that really kind of established a lot about Marth's later appearances, Mystery of the Emblem, is the one that has not been localized yet in any form.
That's right. It's where I grew up. After it fell into enemy hands, my allies and I took it back.
That was like the first ever instance of the taking back your old castle plot point.
You lost your home?
The Dolar Empire, led by the Shadow Dragon Medius, attacked. His forces overran the castle.
Yeah, you don't get Medius, like, actually voice acted a lot. No, I suppose that pronunciation makes sense. Also, this shows that the American localization of Shadow Dragon is canon, because in the European version it's called Doluna.
The castle knights offered protection, and many soldiers fell while aiding my escape. On that day, I learned the true meaning of powerlessness.
I'm just trying to figure from this dialogue whether or not Shadow Dragon's prologue is being treated as canon, because it portrays those events, but Marth is still speaking of it in such vague terms that it could just be referring to the implied backstory.
Allies like Princess Sita and the mercenary Ogma helped me retake my homeland. My people call me the Hero King, but I think the real heroes are those who helped me to win.
Including the Hero of Shadow, who history books have promised never to speak about.
That's why I fight. For all those who believed in me. I want to deliver on their hope.
I think I know what you mean. I want a future of peace with my friends and allies. That vision pushes me to be my best.
You have grown strong in your battles, and are more than worthy of their faith in you. Now they stand beside you, ready to share your burden. Your struggles are not yours alone.
My friends and family have brought me all this way. I owe them so much.
Keep those feelings close to your heart, and you are certain to overcome this trial.
Because if you don't, I'm going to kill all your friends, literally.
Trial?
Battle me now. This is the trial bestowed upon you. Best me in combat to strengthen our bond. Win, and you will draw more power from me.
Let the battle begin. I'll show you I can overcome this or any trial.
And we're back down to 12 units, which is kind of a problem because I want Vale here. However, yeah. On the one hand, Tamara won't have Marth here, but on the other hand, she's the only one who hasn't gone through a full class loop. I'm honestly not totally sure if I even need Louis here, though. So maybe I will drop Louis instead. I don't really think I need Morvia. And this means I can give Leaf back to Tamara.
Leaf!
To battle!
Because let's check this map. It is based on, I think it was like chapter 16 of Shadow Dragon? The one where you retake Altea. I remember there was like a secret shop up here previously, but I don't think there's any reference to it on this version of the map. Now, there are a lot of enemies in this map who have multiple health bars, including this Thoron Sage there, who's probably meant to be Linda, given it's female. Armonite here with droppable money. We also have a warrior there. We also have a 2 health bar sniper. We also have another 2 health bar sniper up there. And then we have another 2 health bar warrior here. And we also have a 2 health bar hero with a brave sword, who has cap resistance and luck of all things, who is in this treasure room. Now, here's the weird thing about this map. So, this one is basically as easy or as hard as you want it to be. It's not that difficult to provoke Marth early. By the way, here are Marth's stats. He's level 40, but his stats aren't, like, super high. And he only has Mercurius, not Falchion. So, yeah, I guess he's going easy on Alear at this point. But he will actually rush towards you, too. And if you just focus everyone in this area, this parallel will be over in just a couple of turns. But if you want to go for the treasure chest, things get a little bit more involved. Also, there is a thief down here with a not stealable, with a drawable book, and I'm probably going to have to chase him down with Yunaka, I think. Somebody with Sigurd is good for catching that thief, because otherwise he's going to make a whole ring around the side of the map, and it's going to be really awkward. Also, there are a lot of heroes here who all have blades. Also, Brave Assist. So this is just kind of like the Erica and Ephraim paralogue, in that, like, you're going to have to take a lot of chain attacks if you're not careful. Another very clever thing they do is, this is a one-tile choke point, except it's not really, because if you put somebody in there, they will get smashed out of the choke point by the silver blades, and then the heroes will just gang up and kill them. It's, again, I feel like it's kind of clever. But, okay, I do like to have a Thyrsus user snipe a few enemies from over that wall. I'll send Clan out to take down the heroes. Yeah, those warriors thankfully don't have bows yet. A few of the enemy bow users have, well, at least the ones inside here have some of them Thoron, but I think at least, yeah, there's a few of them with longbows that you'll have to watch out for. But okay, I think we're ready.
I'd hate to embarrass myself fighting you, so don't expect this to be easy.
I do like Yuri Lowenthal's performance with Marth. It's like, it's pretty standard, but it's also kind of subtly different to a lot of his other performances.
Go ahead.
It doesn't really sound like Yosuke or Sasuke from Naruto, or again, a lot of Yuri Lowenthal's other performances. It does sound like it has this kind of lighter tone to it that you don't often hear him use. Let's see. Is it better if I try and use my Blave Lance on... No, I don't think that's actually enough to, like, one-round you, so let's go for... I mean, if I get a lucky crit here, I won't take damage, so let's go for this. And I did not get the lucky crit, so I'm going to take a hit here.
There is nothing to fear.
And unlike a lot of the other paralogs we've been doing so far, this one, I just realized I got to use the boots, but I can do that next chapter. This one actually does have a medley for its theme, which is cool. I like that. And now it goes into the classic recruitment theme, or Together We Ride. I don't know if it was ever officially called Together We Ride until Smash Bros. Or Fire Emblem 7.
Yes.
Yeah, don't exactly want
Help me, Emblem.
the longbows to attack Jean. Bolganon is actually doing more than Nova. That's kind of a shame. I'm just testing out Nova here, but I think you kind of need to forge Nova for it to be most useful. That or have Divinely Inspiring, or what's it called again? Spell Harmony. That's it. Yeah, wow, I wasn't even close there. Let's see. I think Vale will just head over here for now.
All right.
Vale, the reason why I brought her, I don't think I mentioned this, is that she has a boss conversation with Marth, and it's a pretty good one, so I definitely want to make sure to show it. So, my plan here is for Clan to, like, just instantly destroy these heroes with his range attacks, although I'm not really sure if that's gonna, because their resistance is actually kind of solid.
Wouldn't miss it.
I would appreciate if that Warrior Axe misses you. I mean, I should probably have you engage first.
Let's go together.
Because, yeah, here is that problem, is that, like, it can be hard to cut through these enemies when they have multiple health bars. But, okay, your actual accuracy against me sucks, so not really too worried about, potentially taking a hit here.
That was a fierce battle.
And, yeah, the decor of this map definitely does remind me a lot of the shrine where you find Marth in Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Because, like, I never really, when I first played that, I didn't really expect that to be, like, the final map of, like, that chapter, but it is.
It was foretold.
Kind of interesting, I suppose, but it's also, like, I don't know, it was a little bit less climactic than I thought. I forget if that was where, no, I don't even think you did fight Garnef at the end of that chapter. I could be wrong about that. I know you fight Garnef at some point in Tokyo Mirage Sessions. But yeah, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is kind of a weird game. It's one that I actually wanted to play on this channel at some point, but at the time I was a little, please tell me there isn't another Thoron in there that can attack Amber, because that's actually really bad. Well, there's a longbow in there. However, you actually not killing, for once Amber not killing something, I like that. I like that, because it means that I don't think anything else will be able to attack, and then, yeah, you die.
I have faith in the good.
But yeah, at the time I was actually kind of scared away by all of the, just like Fates, it had a massive amount of localization discourse surrounding it, even though I personally feel it's even less justified than Fates, because there were just like a couple of outfits that got changed, and like the background of one dungeon, but it really wasn't anything substantial in terms of gameplay or story, and it's not like people really cared about the story, and,
I have been waiting for you. Do you believe you can best me?
Don't forget me. It wasn't really like many people cared about that game's story regardless, so I'm not, it's kind of weird. It's just one of those cases where people were just, like, looking for stuff to complain about, I guess. Yeah, see, here's the problem. If I were to go for, like, an ultimate, attack of, not Astrostorm, of Great Ether here, then I would only take down one health bar on both of them. But yeah, this is a point in this chapter now where I'm going to have to just be kind of careful not to go too crazy, because I don't want, I really don't want to end up killing Marth before I loot the chests. But I suppose I can Thoron snipe this one. Can't really go in any further, because if I did that, then like more things would be able to attack Jean, including potentially that longbow, which could be an issue. I may actually want to use Lucina here, now that I think about it. So I have 46 magic attack versus their resistance of 18. It's just like, my whole thing is I need to be able to one-round them. Oh, and that's the thing, they could use their tomahawks on me instead of their silver blades. And if they use the tomahawks, then Clan will probably be in trouble. Okay, there is a bow user up here. But as long as Lapis still has her holdout, she should be okay. Can I beat you with the bind? Okay, that's good, because that... Oh, well, that sucks. But it means that that archer at least gets counterattacked if he goes for Lapis.
have faith in the goodness of
I do like the way the
humankind.
Binding Blade is portrayed in the in this game. It's like it just kind of gets that sort of fiery ranged attack aspect of it across pretty well, while also not feeling too. I don't know. It's a little hard to describe because like I feel like there's a few weapons like that like for example, you know, the way they portrayed I've already mentioned this, but how they portrayed Ragnall in Awakening is just really bizarre. You just throw the sword at them. What I'm trying to say is they just use the same animation as Elfire for the Binding Blade here, but I think even that is fine for what it is. No, I need them to be able to attack me in melee, because then they'll be going for the Silver Blades. And actually, I think I should be able to Astra Storm away. Hopefully, I'll be able to. No, I'm actually not able to Astra Storm away that Thoron Mage. So I kind of have to get a couple of Lunas here. I'm not even sure. I probably should have saved Seedol for you now I think about it, although I don't really know how that would have helped, so it's not like I can Astra Storm twice in a row. Okay, only one Luna. Which is kind of a waste of an Astra Storm, because it means, like, that guy is gonna... Actually, maybe he won't actually get in the Great Ether. I was gonna say he's gonna die anyway, but maybe not. And yeah, now Yunaka can just head all the way back here because Sigurd. Okay, so Levin Sword. Let's just see if Clan can handle this. Yeah, I believe you are just out of Great Ether range now. That still hurts Amber a lot, but I kind of doubt everything else is gonna... Yeah, they only do, like, 4 damage. Oh, they are using the Tomahawks. Okay, that is problematic. Because it's entirely possible Clan may die. Speaking of problematic... Ow! I mean, I still have holdout. That actually is doing way more than I thought, and smashing, ooh, that's a problem. Okay. Yes, indeed, why? I'm pretty sure that I still live, because nothing in there, but that's actually kind of cool that they're, oh, and you just used your Silver Blade, so I kill you. This is what I was hoping they would do. But yeah, smashing me away so my Great Ether hits less things. Like, there are a lot of smash weapons in this map. However, the smash weapons are working against them here. Which is what I hope would happen.
For the Divine Dragon.
Now, I may actually need to just stall Marth soon, because I really want to make sure that I grab this treasure. Although I actually think that letting the thief take the treasure is probably better than actually rushing for it. That's kind of why I feel like thieves in Engage, like, the time pressure is not like, finally, your strength and magic are equal, is not like a huge threat in Engage, to me. Because I can just let this thief loot the treasure room for me and then catch him as he's running.
Out of my way.
So, okay, Amber actually took more damage from that than I expected he would. No thanks to that, yeah, that only hit one thing. But yeah, no thanks to you. So, on that note, I am going to, in fact, I think Anna can actually beat you now. So let's do that. But yeah, the thing about no distractions, that I was mentioning. Oh yeah, Marth is incoming, and I need to. I mean,
won't lose.
It's barely gonna do much, and I also have crazy crit rate right now. So like now is kind of probably a decent time to like have Vantage, but I think I will just go for. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about with these smash weapons, you can't actually choke point this, well, choke point. They've kind of basically made you immune to the whole Doga will choke this point meme. I think came from a forum Let's Play.
I fight for my friend.
You know, if that chain attack didn't hit, and if I hadn't got a crit there, Amber would have been dead. I should have paid more attention there. But yeah, I'm wondering if I use bondage shields. I actually think that, yeah. Of course, I believe Ivy only has one use left of Physic, and she's not even in range. Okay. Probably have to go for Seedol here. Yeah, I believe it came from a forum Let's Play of one of the earlier Fire Emblem games, the Doga will choke this point meme. But yeah, it's kind of cool that they have smash weapons to take you out of the choke point. In fact, you know what? I think I actually will go for Great Sacrifice. Because that's also going to heal you.
That was a fierce battle.
I feel like that's something Roy says in Smash Brothers. Okay, well that snipes you. The thing I worry about, though... Oh, but if I put Aaliyah there, I'm able to bondage shield Jaune. Yeah, what I'm worried about is the general deciding to attack Jaune, die, and then another enemy will be able to attack him and kill him. But then I realize, actually, even if the general does that, it's... Oh, wait, no, it still has a health bar. And in fact, if I have Veil go here, and Echo from 3 range... And then, although, you know, I really don't want this to be the point where I find out about, about the 90, where I have the 90% bondage shield rate come back to bite me. It's entirely possible that that happens. It's kind of cool seeing, like, a character use, like, sort of, it is like, because you saw Obscuritaire was Sombron's signature tome in the prologue, and it's cool that when we finally get to use it, and it's actually on our side.
Allow your soul the rest.
When used well, like, you know, dark is not evil is a fun trope sometimes.
Emblem, engage!
And yeah, now Amber can't be smashed out of the choke point. Well, I mean, the smash enemies are gone regardless, but still. It sort of reminds me about, like, oh yeah, I was gonna use Great Sacrifice.
Emblem, engage!
About how, like, a loophole some people found with the, like, with the Oathbreaker Paladin in Dungeons & Dragons, that, like, technically speaking, if you're an evil paladin, and you break your oath, like, the Oathbreaker's power set is clearly supposed to be designed around, like, around being an evil paladin, because it's all about, like, summoning undead and having necrotic damage and stuff, but, like, technically speaking, if you play an evil paladin and break your oath, you can become an Oathbreaker paladin, with, like, and use those powers for good, which is honestly a cool idea. And hey, I can zip you all the way up here and hopefully crit and kill you. No?
Drop your guard.
Okay, there we go.
If this love is a crime,
This is totally a jinx, but I don't think Yunaka has ever failed to crit at least one of those 2 shots. The problem is, I'm gonna end up deploying Tamara here and never actually needing to use her at all, because... Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. Oh, I think I need to kill the sniper because it's definitely gonna hit Clan before he can counter.
The strength of the stewards.
Like, I mean, theoretically, I can engage and use Leaf's light brand on them, but I just kind of feel like I want them all to go for Clan and die, is the thing. But, admittedly, you are not actually going to go for Clan, so you're actually something of a threat to Clan if you go for him. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this, although maybe this was a bad thing. Although, no, Tamara will switch to a Lance and have Weapon Triangle advantage on the Smash Sword.
I don't do mercy.
She says she double crits.
I'm not a child anymore.
I still love the I'm not a child anymore quote on Anna, because it's, you know, hilarious for obvious reasons. Yeah, it can be hard to figure out who goes where on a map like this. And hi there, Marth. I mean, it's kind of cool that he says that, but I mean, his homeland doesn't exist in this universe. Yeah, I've normally said that, like, Lodestar Rush is kind of a pathetic skill when it's used by enemies, but it really wasn't when we were fighting against Evil Veil. And Marth is a backup unit, so beware of that. And you, once again, were a bit of a dumb.
Did you see that?
So yes, Clan is... Well, is Clan gonna get MVP here? It's entirely possible that Amber could still get MVP. Yeah, I think they're prioritizing him because of his lower defense.
Sort of like that, maybe?
But I mean, it probably works better with like a pure mage who would have even worse defense. However, yeah, these thieves are running. Okay, so these reinforcements spawn when Marth aggroes, and they come, I think, for 4 turns. If I engage here,
Emblem, engage!
I can just freeze the thieves and not have to worry about them, like, really escaping. Although if I do this, I do take a little bit of damage and get poisoned, which is probably not great. But I could Torrential Roar to guarantee that freeze.
Out of the way!
On both of them. And then still canter around. I am still equipping my Levin Sword, right? Yes, I am. That's good, because some of these enemies might end up running in. Oh, I really don't want to use the... Well, rare footage of the Master Lance actually killing something. You saw it here first.
I've looked forward to this.
Yes, the Master Lance has looked forward to this day. The day where the Master Lance actually did something. Dun dun dun. Oh, you look like you're in prime position to get Jorn sniped, but I don't think he's quite in range. Yeah, only with that. Where's Seedol right now? Oh, he's there. Yeah, I could probably get a snipe going. But first, I think I will actually snipe you. Yeah, if you have, and I was recently, like, playing some of the DLC maps with the animations turned off, and if you have animations turned off, and you also have a lot of chain attackers, it's hilarious, because you'll see just chain attackers just suddenly jump through walls and, like, hit them, or at least, like, chain attack from, like, ages away. It's really funny. Wow, you can actually do that from all the way over there.
Should I have held back?
But, well, we've roasted that general through the wall. So now let's see if I can actually take out that, because this guy is kind of the real threat here.
Here we go.
Here we go, buddy. Here we go, buddy.
Where did you buy that weapon?
That's Ragnall, so... No, the Black Knight gave that, actually. Yeah. So we could see them at his full strength. General Gawain, Rider of Dayan. A quote that's, like, really, really hard to hear properly because of the... Yeah, the voice acting in Path of Radiance besides Grail is not great. Yeah, it'd be really, like, I think it's Robert Clotworthy who voices the Black Knight in Heroes. It would be really good to actually have those cutscenes remastered with him because he does a really good job in Heroes.
Allow me.
I was about to say, is this chain attack going to just go on forever? But actually, no. Now they've both lost HP. Neither of them can chain attack again unless they heal each other, which they probably will, thanks to their physics styles, I just realized. I don't think any of them can... Yeah, nothing can attack Vale. I will want to get Vale's quote with Marth eventually. So, okay, what's my end game here? I need to make sure that I get... So that's just a Silver Great Axe. I need to get... But I like to get all the treasures. So... I have to get that, and then I have to get that gold, and then also the treasures from the other thief, and I probably should take you down as well, which I can kinda do right now, maybe. Let's see if I can... I mean, the chance of this actually killing is fairly low. But I get to canter away, at least. And you... Yeah, no, you don't even have a bow. So, I can just... So, you're not gonna just suddenly destroy me through the... Speaking of destroying you through a wall...
Faith in the goodness of humankind.
Yeah, more speed, more strength, always nice. Alright, I have AoE healing.
I owe my life.
Still weird to see those joke weapons, but still. There's so many heroes in there still, but they're probably all going to die to clan. So what you do... Oh, yeah, we've still got to be a little careful of Marth here, since he'll kind of circumvent my Elia Chain Guard. Okay, you loot that. It's just, like, the treasure chest rewards here aren't even all that... Okay. They're forming a conga line. I love it when they do that, although I love it more when I have Sigurd available and I do not here. Let's see. In fact, I think Jorn may be able to finish you. Yes, he should be able to, by dropping a double Bolganone on your face. Yeah, Nova, like, just Forge Bolganone's kind of better than Nova, for the most part. But you're done. Okay, so that's more of the gold that I need. So, yeah, we have this giant traffic jam, and I would really, really like to just... Oh, meanwhile, let's just Master Lance you again, just because why not? Oh, wait, no, my accuracy is terrible. But I didn't need it, because Sandstorm.
I'm not a child anymore.
Maybe this is just a sign that I should be using her with Leaf and not Marth. She's kind of performed better with Leaf overall, which is a weird thing to say about a character in this game. Oh, right, that's a Brave Sword, and that is also... Okay. That's a Brave Sword, and you have cat resistance. All of a sudden, I don't feel so confident anymore. See, if I do this, like this is kind of weird. I don't really want to freeze them. Because if I freeze them, then, yeah, they're less likely to run in and destroy themselves against me, but okay. So yeah, right now I'm just stalling Marth while I get the rest of the treasures. Yeah, here's actually a case of Echo triggering chain attacks on every Echo. Which can help in a situation like this. It can result in slightly more damage than you would otherwise deal. Of course, Echo also activates Draconic Hex on each Echo, so that's also cool.
Allow me.
Which means you can potentially Draconic Hex 2 things in the same turn, or even 4 things in one turn with Seadoll. So yeah, I'm actually quite liking Celica Veil. Didn't really think that I would, but I am.
Yes.
Yes, Ivy agrees. Well, I can wipe you out at least.
I'll go first.
They haven't even used their Fortify staffs.
You'll get no sympathy from me.
Actually... well, this is fun. I was really hoping she'd do that. And of course it was this on. Oh yeah, that's Void Curse, by the way. So you don't want to, you know, waste time fighting the reinforcements in this map. Oh, you got Lodestar Rush back. I didn't notice that. But it's just 8 little pinpricks. It's fine. Okay, so... Oh, you have 11 swords, so you take 0 damage from me. Well, I take 0 damage from you. And here we go. This is what I was hoping would happen. So, 1 hero.
Guess I did it right.
Yes, guess you definitely did do it right.
I've decided.
2 hero.
Guess I did it right.
3 hero.
I've decided.
4 hero. Yeah, Clan is death. If Clan doesn't get MVP in this map, I will eat my own something. I can't say hat because I'm not wearing one. But okay, I need to beat you somehow. I still need to stall Marth. I do really need to continue to freeze you, but also
Guess I did it right.
Break that health bar, because you are one of the people who will not just suicide into Clan. I mean, why not?
I've looked forward to this.
No reason not to right now. Okay, that was the Silver Great Axe. And chip damage.
Me first.
And I was hoping you'd get close enough for me to do this. 150. Yep. Can I get, like, the boss conversations now, maybe? Oh, no, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. I mean, I can use Parthia.
Much has come to pass. Meetings, farewells, and reunions alike. How are you faring?
I could never put those feelings into words. So, I'll answer you with my weapon.
Which, fittingly, is one of the regalia from Marth's world.
I would ask for nothing less.
Here I come.
Kind of weird that it's on Lucina, but I guess Parthia was a weapon in Awakening. Awakening carried over, like, legendary weapons from so many early games, but, it also carried over some in a kind of a weird way. Well, mostly Forseti losing its ridiculous bonus to, you know. How badly does Marth kill Veil? He kills her quite badly. Yeah, even with just Mercurius. So actually, like, Mercurius, I don't know if I mentioned this before, But the reason why Marth wields Mercurius in this game is that Mercurius was a Marth exclusive weapon in the original Fire Emblem 1. It wasn't in Mystery of the Emblem, which is kind of the most popular way to play Marth's games now. Well, apart from Shadow Dragon, and it wasn't in Shadow Dragon either, but in the original Fire Emblem 1, it was actually a Marth exclusive weapon, and it raised his growth rates too, which is, kind of, yeah, weird. But yeah, that's how it worked. Okay, just 2 more items that I need. Depending on how things go, I might even be able to get both next turn. Then I can finally stop stalling Marth and actually put him out of his misery. I just have to trust Lapis to be able to take him. And yeah, you want to fight Marth on your phase, not his phase, because if he initiates combat, he gets perceptive, but still. It's still not like... Glad that hit. That's generally how you want to do most combat in Engage, though. Okay, that was a nice level. Apparently her strength's actually behind for me, though. Okay, I guess we can Draconic Hex him again. Or even, like, use Dragon Vein to reduce his avoid. Okay, I'm glad that hit. Because that's going to make my job with Chimera easier. That should hopefully do it. And there we go.
That's how a princess does it.
Yes, indeed. And of course, Marth's game has one of the best princesses of all time, Sheeta, who is, like, absolutely insane. I wonder if this is a rare case where, yeah, it looks like the Brave Bow 1 rounds, but, the Silver Bow doesn't. Again, rare case of that happening. I like how it took him a while for him to draw his bow back there. I still haven't, like, I had this whole topic to go on about why I think bows are good in Engage when they usually aren't, but, haven't really had the chance to talk about it. I probably should have talked about it during Roy's Paralog, come to think of it. Wow, there's only, like, one enemy left who, besides the boss, and everything with Void Curse, so I've done a better job clearing out this map than I thought I would. So, oh yeah, I do need to get Veil in. My plan is that I use... Yeah, I had a feeling that would miss. I only did that for the chain attack. Although, I would very much like you to level up. I want to use Warp Ragnarok to get Veil, to get an attack on Marth. Oh, right, Anna needs to equip the... And the reason why I have more hit here is because of Seedol's, special dance, I think. Hey, finally you have a natural strength out of 40. It's taken you a bit too long to get that, in my opinion. And now we... Oh yeah, I have more range on Warp Ragnarok too, thanks to being a dragon.
Marth, do I really have to fight you? I don't want to hurt any of my friends.
I am of no consequence to you. This battle is about conquering oneself.
Conquering oneself. I understand. I must conquer the Veil I used to be.
Now raise your chin. You are not alone anymore. Remember that and triumph.
I wonder if Marth sees a bit of Tiki in Veil. Especially since Tiki was also brainwashed into fighting against you, but unlike Veil, de-brainwashing Tiki was actually optional, and if you didn't have Bantu, it wasn't even possible. Like, I think you were forced to kill her if you didn't have Bantu, who, again, was an optional character. Yeah, a lot of weird... Like, that's actually one of those things, like, because you know how I talked about, like, my recruitment tangent earlier on? Okay, this is just a silly thing. I wonder if this will work. It's probably not going to work. Nah, it's not going to work. It was worth a shot.
Leave it to me!
But yeah, like, some of the earlier Fire Emblem games actually locked fairly plot-important characters behind complicated recruitments. Like, there's Tiki, but then there's also, like, I don't know if I've really mentioned this before, but Leaf has a sister. It's... You don't really know that, because he never really mentions her in this game.
Grown strong.
I guess because the Leaf here is the Leaf from Thracia, where he's actually a lord, and in that game, that's set before Leaf actually meets his long-lost sister. But it's not a spoiler that he has a long-lost sister, because the player knows that from the start, it's just Leaf doesn't know. But actually recruiting his sister Altena, who's a very lore-important character, and you lose a lot of closure to Leaf's storyline if you don't, it's not guaranteed. It's actually quite a complicated recruitment.
Excellent. I could sense the power of your hope and your strength as warriors.
Yes, our strength as Fire Emblem warriors.
As I fought, I was reminded of an old friend.
So, okay, my literal reaction when I was first playing this was, wait, are they gonna make Chris canon?
I first met the divine dragon Tiki in the midst of battle. Much like this.
Oh.
It's incredible that your world has a divine dragon in it, too.
Yes, and maybe we'll meet her one day.
Yes. Like you, she fought for us humans. Tiki was placed into a very long sleep, in a temple where she would be kept safe.
And once again, a vital plot detail about Marth's world that you only find out about in Mystery of the Emblem.
She woke and was incredibly lonely. Once we met, she said she wanted to stay with us. She called me Marmar, like a kid sister might. Human or dragon, we became friends for life.
Yeah, I do actually like this localization. There are times where it doesn't work. So in the Japanese version, Tiki always called Marth Oni-chan. And yeah, that doesn't really translate all that well. But I think the Marmar nickname works.
Then she and I have something in common besides our species. You.
Aaliyah, please don't ask if you can call him Marmar.
Marth, who fights to end people's suffering. Like her, I'm happy to be close to such a hero.
Since our first meeting, I have felt the same.
I'm grateful to you. I've become stronger because you are with me.
I like how it hung on that expression, almost like it's just showing like Aaliyah is like, Senpai finally noticed me.
Having my friends by my side is what makes everything possible. I couldn't do this alone.
Then you understand. We will follow you always.
I was about to say that the power of friendship thing kind of makes sense for Marth's world, because his was like one of those first like strategy RPGs to really show that you can't really win battles with a single unit. And then I realized, apparently Marth is broken in the original Fire Emblem 1, and probably could solo a lot of the game, so maybe that's not true. Also, broken warp staves were a thing. But anyway, Marth's bond levels above 10. Finally. Marth's final bonuses are +3 strength, +4 dex, and +4 speed. A bit less speed than I'd like, but that's more Lynn's job. Unyielding upgrades to restoring 30% HP at Bond 12 and 40% HP at Bond 18, while at Bond 16, Perceptive upgrades to its Plus version, giving +30 avoid at base, with an additional 1 avoid every 4 points of speed, making Marth's user an even better player phase dodge tank. And at Bond 15, remember the falchion Aaliyah had access to in the Premonition? Well, we can finally use it for real. 12 might is a little low, but dragon effectiveness becomes fell dragon effectiveness via the 13th emblem we just got. And the final boss is, well, that should be obvious. At higher levels, Marth's sync skills are incredibly cheap to inherit, though there's a lot more competition for skill slots this late in the game, so they might not see use. On the more expensive side are Sword Agility and the Avoid Plus skills. These can make sword users almost unhittable, though their offense may suffer slightly. I personally find that even now, Marth's best assets are Divine Speed and Break Defenses, which was still available below Bond 10. But if you're planning on taking Marth to endgame, you may as well unlock his higher levels for the stat boosts. I probably dragged that chapter out longer than you really need to, but at the same time, that's the first time I've killed almost everything on that map. Usually I just beat Marth in like 2 turns, because the treasure chest rewards aren't great, but when I do recorded playthroughs of these games, I like to try and get every reward on a map if possible. The only one I've so far failed to do that on, I think, is Leaf's map. And yeah, the scenery here is pretty captivating. I was actually recently thinking about how I'd really like to try Lynn on Citrine in a playthrough in the future. It's funny, she just admitted to not being used, and then she said, my attacks cause damage to the land. Maybe she just really wanted to get in on the action, and maybe some of those Levin sword attacks from Clan were actually her thunder from a distance. She being like, I'm helping! But okay, yeah, so I was going to give my talk about like thoughts on Marth's games.
Thank you.
But it's like, it's kind of hard to talk about them because there's not really a whole lot to say. Really? Oh, apparently you were considered an MVP of that. Like, Marth's games are just the standard that every other Fire Emblem game is measured by. They're, like, neither truly stellar nor bad. They're kind of just in the middle, really. But Shadow Dragon I do think is a lot better than people give it credit for. And it's especially good for challenge runs just because of the way that, that game is set up. I guess this place does have a pretty good vibe. And, like, the replacement units being, you know, hilarious for memes and stuff. Especially in the American version, where they're named things like Looser, Wimp, and Awful. Who can forget O-End? I think O-End is my favorite one. Then Weakling as well is pretty good too. Yeah, all of them just have generic growths for their class and generic class-based stats, but still, they're kind of fun. It's like people kind of misunderstood Shadow Dragon's approach to side quests back in the day. People kind of saw side quest or paralogue chapters, as they're called now, as like a reward and like extra content that you get by being good at the game. Whereas like, why is it that you get the Shadow Dragon extra content by being bad at the game? But actually, it's more meant to be a compensation. Like, those maps are easier than, like, the average one, and you get some, like, pretty ready-to-go pre-promotes out of them. So I guess, like, what's supposed to happen is, like, if you're losing a lot of characters, those maps are there as a compensation to give your army more experience. Meanwhile, with how much, Vale did pretty well there, I will say. With how big of a difficulty spike Chapter 24 was, I'm pretty sure you're expected to do, like, the levels in this game are balanced around you doing, did I go in there and talk to these other groups of people? No, I did not. I'm pretty sure that the levels in Engage are balanced around you doing the paralogs alongside the main game. But yeah, New Mystery of the Emblem did fix that issue that people had by making the paralogs or side quests more of a reward. Oh hi, Bunei! Yes, that sums you up. For doing well, as opposed to, like, a compensation, and I think people enjoyed that. New Mystery of the Emblem is also very, very good, I find. People really rag on Chris, but I've already kind of talked about that in the past. I just feel like, I don't actually think, you know, Chris is that bad. Like, they're not hugely relevant to the story, so you can kind of, like, they're not really, I feel like they don't ruin, like, the existing plot or anything. Like, really, the only thing they do, and I'm sure I've said this before, is that they encourage saving the sacrificial maidens to Medius in the final chapter, when Jagan originally... And I always thought it was really out of character. Then the original, the only advice you got was Jagan saying, "They're too far gone, Marth, you should kill them." And thinking about it, I do feel like Chris is an interesting approach to avatars, because in Japanese, the mechanic is called my units. The later avatars seem to have an emphasis on my unit, as in a unit that is meant to represent you, the player. I feel like in New Mystery, my unit meant my unit, a Fire Emblem unit that I designed myself. They were way more customizable in gameplay than any other avatar ever was. Yeah, they were pretty enjoyable overall, just because they weren't hugely impactful for the plot, so you could just have fun going to town with this silly unit that you created yourself. One final thing I had to say about Marth's games, though, is I'm gonna need to go back to Shadow Dragon and kind of replay it to see this, but a lot of people, especially Western fans of the series, really like the way Marth's character is written in Shadow Dragon. They kind of like this more pragmatic take on him.
Are you hurt?
And so disappointed by the way Marth seems to be portrayed more as a generic hero in this game and many other crossovers. I've heard, like, rumors that in Japan, the Shadow Dragon version of him is not popular. But I'd have to do more digging to actually determine if that's true or not, because it's one of those things I feel like it could just be people making stuff up. Some people wonder as well if Marth's perception in the West is affected by the fact that we didn't have his games localized for so long. There are a lot of Smash Brothers fan comics that seem to invent personalities for him, and a lot of the time their personalities were very different to how he actually ended up being. So I don't know, I do know that Mystery of the Emblem was the best-selling Fire Emblem game by a long shot in Japan until the modern games came out. It's almost like the Dragon Quest III of the series, which again makes it weird that we've never had any version of it localized. But on that note, I will leave you, and next time we'll be heading out to the main story once more, where we fight a very special opponent. See you all then.